I completed the hardest art challenge on the internet, and in this video, I'll go over all of the art that I made and give advice for anyone that is as crazy as me to attempt this challenge. You might be asking yourself, what is the hardest art challenge anyway? There are many different art challenges that you can attempt, but to me, the one that seemed the most impossible was the 100-day art challenge. Didn't PewDiePie already complete this? Although he did draw for 100 days straight, the challenge that I was actually referring to is Mogoon's 100-day illustration challenge. If you don't already know, Mogoon is an illustrator that challenged himself to draw 100 illustrations for 100 days in a row. Illustrations such as this, or even something as complicated as this, were all made in a single day. So with all that said, let's begin my descent into madness with my experience with completing the 100-day challenge. For the first couple of weeks, I really struggled with keeping up with the daily art. Most of the drawings that I've done in the past have taken multiple days to complete. For the first couple of attempts that I tried, they took over 8 hours. At the pace I was going at, I would never be able to complete this challenge. I wanted to get fast enough to finish each drawing in under 4 hours. To achieve this, I would have to use every shortcut that I could. This brings me to the first piece of advice that I would give to anyone trying out the challenge, or anyone who wants to get faster at art. The fastest way to get faster at drawing is to use shortcuts. Most people watching this video will already know the basics, such as undo, redo, pan, rotate, zoom, and even brush size. But I believe that the best practice is when you can memorize every single shortcut for everything that you use in the program. So instead of moving your cursor to interact with everything, you should create a shortcut for every icon that you use. This may sound like something big at first, but over time, it'll end up saving a lot of time, and I think it's worth the effort to change. This may also sound crazy, but another thing that helped me speed up these drawings was not to name any of my layers. It might seem small, but this honestly helped me a lot with speed and helped me create a sort of organization system that sped up my art. A folder for a sketch, another folder for base colors and lighting, and finally the last folder for rendering, polish, etc. For the next couple of weeks, I started focusing on other things as well. One of the things that I wanted to get better at was composition. Even something as basic as knowing what aspect ratio to use can help a lot for your art. For example, landscape is better for sceneries, while portrait is better for characters. There are also other simple things that you can use to check your composition is good. Things like rule of thirds, the golden triangle, and golden ratio. These are just small guidelines that you can use to help improve the composition of your art. Another thing that I got better at was with shapes. For example, a triangle like this creates an artwork that looks more balanced, while having an upside down triangle will do the opposite, making it more unbalanced. For art with characters, there are also things that you should pay attention to, and that is positive and negative space. Positive space is usually where you want to have your character. The character will usually be in focus, while the background, which is in the negative space, will be out of focus. Having clear distinctions between the two will help your character stand out more. Colors are the last area that I really tried to work on throughout the challenge. Things like complementary colors, where colors opposite from each other on the color wheel will look better together. These include orange and blue, red and green, and purple and yellow. My favorite of these is definitely blue and orange. When choosing colors, there's also other things you can look into. Depending on what colors you choose will change the mood of your drawings. If you choose pastel colors, your art will look more soft, while if you choose darker colors, it will look much more dramatic. I honestly believe that any colors that you choose can look good together if you use them correctly, and the colors you choose will vary depending on what kind of art that you want to draw. For me, I realized that I like softer colors. These colors are closer to white, and they make the things that you draw look softer. I think the biggest thing that I struggled with during the challenge was the motivation to keep drawing every day. Near the start of the challenge and near the end of the challenge, I had a lot of days where I really struggled with creating an artwork. When you have this daily challenge where you're forced to draw every day, it makes it really hard to draw. Some days I just didn't feel like drawing at all, but for the sake of the challenge, I forced myself to keep going. But at the end of the day, I think I completed the challenge the best that I could. Overall, I think I succeeded in completing the challenge. I finished 100 illustrations in 100 days to the best that I could. I had some better days and some days where I did worse, but I was able to complete all of the drawings. Honestly, I don't think I would recommend this challenge to anyone. I feel like I definitely improved over the 100 days, but I really struggled with the challenge and had many moments during the challenge where I felt like giving up. Looking back on everything I did, I feel like I did more illustrations during this time than I have done throughout my entire art journey. In the end, I think I'm glad that I did it. It pushed me to draw more than I ever had before, and I feel like I learned so much throughout the process. I know that I'm not the best artist, but I know that after completing this challenge, I can draw much better. During the challenge, there were times where I felt as though my skills were not good enough. I was doubtful of my abilities, but I pushed through anyway. Now that I finished the challenge, I want to spend more time studying art. I want to keep improving, and this just feels like one big step forward for me. If you want to see my complete list of illustrations I made, you can check out my Twitter or join my Discord to see everything. Throughout the challenge, I also streamed on Twitch every day, so if you ever want to watch me draw live or ask me anything, you can go there. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again in another video. Bye bye, bye bye. Honestly, I got tired of editing this video. If you want a part 2 of this video or an extended version where I talk about all of the drawings, please let me know. Also, let me know what you guys think of this type of editing. I've never really tried this type of editing before, so I would love to hear what you guys think. There's a lot more that I wanted to cover in this video. Instead, here is just a time lapse of all of the drawings that I did.